I truly do not understand how these tarot readers do what they do with like the little space and like whatever they're filming with and all the things. So anyways, bear with me. I just made a promise to myself that I'm just gonna start not giving a fuck and not having to be perfect. And as a professional, ex-professional dancer, I am a massively recovering perfectionist. So it's really just about letting it be, letting it, I haven't even asked a question yet, letting it not look a certain way and just letting it be, right? Okay. So I'm going to ask where the Divine Feminine is, right? Okay, that's beautiful. I'll show you. Just give it a second. I'll show you. Oh, beautiful Divine Feminine. Oh my God. Okay. Feeling good, girls and boys. Anything else? No, that's complete. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and call on. I was so anxious to get this video going that I didn't even do a proper opening. So we call on all angels, all angelic guidance to bless this read, allowing me to be a clear channel for the Divine's messages. All benevolent beings are welcome here. All right, let's start. Okay, so we first have in this deck, it's called Awakening, but this is the Judgment card. Do you feel that? I feel this. I feel this big time right now. It's like, you know that feeling after a really hard rain? I live in Southern California, so we don't get rain that much, but when we do get it, it's like this purifying, this purification. It's like a baptism, right? It's like that rejuvenation, that you can like breathe, the air feels moist and crisp, and the colors, everything just looks gorgeous after this rain and this cleanse. It's like bringing us out of all of our old patterns, conditioning, pain, karma. And it's seeing the light. You can kind of see her eyes where she's looking. She's really looking up to the heavens, to the divine, like, okay, I'm listening. Okay, I'm here. I trust you. I'm here. And it's through all this difficulty and pain and this uncomfortability that we've been in this winter, you know, particularly, I mean, yeah, it's there's been like a little chunk in here that's been really, really challenging. And then we have the 8 of Inspiration, which is actually the 8 of Wands. Moving forward, running. So she's like, I'm divinely guided. I know that whatever I'm being called to do is on purpose, is for my highest good. So I'm not waiting anymore. It's like an action. It's a 3D physicalization of all of these lessons and downloads. So I feel like previously we were in this integration period of really needing to integrate, to rest, to get still, to get quiet, to let all that stuff come online for us, to let it just resonate, you know, or not resonate, permeate in our bones a bit. And now we're getting this call to move forward, to go, to not be afraid. And then it's tempered with this beautiful Knight of Cups, Knight of Emotions in this deck, but Knight of Cups energy, which is just, it's the knowing, it's the intuitive trust, the surrender, the believer of magic and miracles, and just knowing I have this is on my side. I'm working with the divine. I'm running towards my goals and what I want, and I'm expecting miracles. I'm expecting joy. And I also feel that with this card right now, it's incorporating play. You know, when you do get to that point on your path of really, really, really trusting, in the messages and yourself and your team, it's a beautiful relationship. It's like it's like that thing where you're at a party and, you know, there's all these people here and, you know, whatever, and it's not judgment or shade against the people that are there, but it's like, oh, I'd just much rather be communing with spirit right now. Like, I'd rather be alone right now, because you know when you're alone, you're not really alone. You're never alone. And so you'd rather kind of be working with, you're talking to, communicating with your guides, your higher self, your angels, your team, whoever it is, whatever it looks like, however they show up for you. It's that childlike sense of joy. I mean, speak of child, so look at little kids. Like, little kids are constantly talking to themselves in these imaginary worlds, you know, imaginary friends, just in this sense of play. But it's like, is it really imaginary or is it real? And we just forget about it. We lose it. Spirit has gifted us this knowing, this awakening. And now we're back. We're back. It's like a wholeness with ourselves. It's a knowing. It's a coming home. It's a coming home, divine feminine. And there's a lot of romance in this card too. Every time I get this card, it is speaking to that connection. And I feel like it's coming through as, you know, this is for you. There's been a lot of doubt. There's been a lot of dark night of the soul experiences. There's been a lot of back and forth. You know, we've been going through it. I know I'm not a super versed when it comes to astrology, but I do have a couple astrologists that I really follow and, you know, listen to what they're talking about. And they were talking about there was a lot of planetary transits and things going on that was encouraging doubt, right? But it was all a part of this process. Like, it needed to happen to get us here, to get us to this like movement forward, right? So there was a lot of doubt that was coming up for us and for people, and that was a part of it. And so now we just know, and we don't have to explain it. We don't have to explain it to anybody. And when someone challenges it or even comes at us with it, where, you know, it's back to that party, you know, analogy I made earlier. Like, it's like, okay. And then you go home and then you have this whole conversation with spirit and you feel so much better and you're like, okay, yeah, thanks spirit. I know they didn't know. It's okay. We're good. We're good. Right? So yeah, beautiful. I mean, I could go on and on about this card just because I'm biased. I love this card, but I just think what a beautiful sequence of energies for the divine feminine, the judgment, awakening, the 8 of Wands, the Knight of Cups. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful. Good work. Oh, I let my coffee get cold. Okay. All right. We're going to move on. Let's just do a check-in. The divine. I'm not taking all of those, but I will take that one because that one fell out. And that's a keeper. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay. Interesting. Anything else wants to come out? That's really interesting. Beautiful. Oh. Oh my god, you guys are gonna die. Okay, let's see. Sorry. Anything. The masculine always has so much, honestly. Okay. Yeah. I will take those. Okay. I'm not going to take these ones that fell out on the floor. we'll grab some clarity on those in a minute, so I'm just going to leave it at that. See, I don't know how people do it with their tables. Okay, so the first card that came out just plopped out, this Ace of Cups, Ace of Emotions. The masculine is feeling ready finally after their dark night of the soul, all the shit that they were going through. Maybe I shouldn't curse, so apologies. It's also a rebirth. It also, wow. It also feels like a baptism. Like, look at these two women in these cards, like a cleansing. After the purge, after the rain, after the storm, it's looking upward. It's, you know, she's exposing her throat, which is very vulnerable, right? Your throat is a very, very vulnerable piece of our body to expose. And she's really, really looking up to the heavens and open heart, open chest, I'm ready. And I feel, I mean, there's more we're going to get to in what the cards that came out for the masculine, but this is really speaking to something real for the masculine. I think they're seeing for the first time what's possible when they open their heart. That it doesn't always mean I'm going to get hurt. It's not unsafe to love. It's not unsafe to be vulnerable. And that's a big, big thing for the masculine to get to. You know, their whole lives they've been blocking that, closing that, living in the 3D. The 3D's, I was about to curse again. The 3D is scary, okay? The 3D is intense. You know, we know as divine feminines walking through it, you're like, I don't want to, no. You're like walking around the world like this, right? I just intuitively like wanted to cover my chest and heart as I'm tuning into this energy. It's interesting. But I feel there's this great opening and expansion and really, really looking at the new beginning. And Ace of Cups usually speaks to reunion. It usually speaks to, it's not necessarily a new relationship. It's a relationship having a rebirth, being rejuvenated, regenerated, regenerative. It's a beautiful energy. And then the second card, and you guys are going to laugh, this is so interesting. So the next two cards that came out is, this is the Knight of Swords. In this deck, it's called the Knight of Voices, reversed. And then what came out after is the Two of Cups, the Two of Emotions. I tend to look at sequence, or I usually will. So this deck doesn't deal with reversals. They just don't do reversals. So I haven't really been working with the reversals on this, but what I will say, what this card usually means to me when it's upright is it's that truth, it's the strength, it's the knowing, it's the stepping into the knight energy, that warrior energy, to protect the truth at all costs, to speak the truth at all costs. And it's after that, the sequence of the swords, the voices in this deck. And you know, the voices speaks to like the mind chatter. It's taming the ego, it's taming the monkey mind, right? And it's finally coming into this knight warrior energy of, I'm going to step forward. I have the truth. I'm going to speak it. I'm going to fight for it. I'm going to share it. Nothing can stop me now. But when this is in reversed, it's a pause. It's like I know that this truth is here. I know what just happened to me. I'm here, but I'm vulnerable. I'm not, they want to be vulnerable. It's not that they're vulnerable. There's no energy supporting the stepping forward yet. Right now it's about the downloading. Right now it's about the hits coming through. Right now for the masculine, it's about them listening for the first time, maybe in their lives, in this life, to the messages, to the real truth of what their heart really wants and what their heart really wants is partnership, spiritual love, unity. They know that that's with you, Divine Feminine. They know they had this purging, this baptism, this awakening. They know the truth. And they know this is their destiny. They know this is where they're going, and they cannot wait. But this reversal is a pause. And I'm gonna just clarify it. I like to use, this is Danielle Noel's. I don't actually have these cards. I couldn't find them. I wanted them really bad, but I do like to use her book sometimes as a reference. Oh, wow. Cool. Okay. Okay. So it's an unwanted pause. There's a sense of impatience, restlessness. It's like a million ideas. It's like the knowing. It's like I want to come forward. I know, I'm ready. I know, and I want you. But the Swords always encourages us to cultivate the balance between the emotions and the mind, the intellect and the truth of our hearts. And so there's this necessary, it's like Spirit is saying, okay, buddy, okay, hold on, buddy. We're getting there. We're going. I'm getting you there. But there's a couple more things I need you to hear. There's a couple more things I need us to do together. I need to make sure that we organize and ground all of this inspiration, all of these thoughts, all these ideas, all these ideas and hopes for the future. So this is actually a really beautiful energy too, because much like the feminine wanting this Eight of Wands, wanting to just move forward, she ready. But the divine timing and the guides are saying, almost. But let's ground it. Let's get it more clarified. Let's have a clear picture, because you don't want to fuck this up. This is it. And wait till you see this other card. This is it. You have all the time in the world to be ready for your divine counterpart, love of all your lives. Time is 3D. It's not real. So there's this like needing to cultivate, I don't even want to say it's patience, but it's just, let's get organized. Let's ground all this. There's all this work that they've been doing in the 3D. And the space needs to be welcomed for you, feminine. Like, it needs to be open and ready for you, and not in a way that it's like it was before, where it was like feeling torn. You know, it was very much the Two of Pentacles energy. It was like the trying to get the balance, trying to be like, blah, blah, blah. And then you were feeling cast aside sometimes, or pushed, you know, not priority. And the masculine doesn't want that for you anymore. He's very, very clear on who you are and what this is. This is the Lover's card. I don't know if I said that. Oh, sorry guys. This is the Lover's card that came out. So for the masculine, it is so clear. It's so clear. That's big. I feel like every pull I've been doing recently for the masculine, the Lovers makes an appearance. So this is huge. But there just needs to be a sacredness, a reverence, a space carved out for this union. And Spirit is doing that now. Spirit is working with each of us now. You know, for the feminines, it's really about us having this relationship with the divine, cultivating this trust and this faith, and when you tell me to move, I move type of relationship, right? And that is moving some of us into our creative passions, our mission work, our, you know, finding joy, finding play, you know, whatever that means for all of us. I mean, it could be very different. But for a lot of us, it is these, you know, I'm going to finally write that book. Whatever. I'm going to get on YouTube. You know? And then for the masculine, it's really just, I think there's so many ideas that he has coming through, he or she has coming through, around this 3D experience that she, sorry guys, that's going to be hard for me, they want to do with you, for you, in this union. So be patient, trust its divine timing, trust that the Spirit's really there. And then one thing that did come up, it's so interesting, I've gotten this one so much. 7 of voices, so 7 of swords. There's trickery, there's deception, there's illusion. Many times when this card's come up, the download has come through that it is around things going on in the 3D, right? Look at our world. Let's look at the world. What's going on in the state of affairs, right? Illusion. Things are not what they seem. Okay. Things are crazy. But today and right now, I feel that this is around the masculine really conquering this energy. The awareness has come through, and this awareness has allowed the awakening of the world. And I know we had the awakening, the judgment in this deck. It's awakening, but anyway, whatever. delete, start over. The world, and this deck, it's called the World Cosmos. So this is the completion. This is the lessons learned, integrated, embodied, and on a cellular level of, I know who I am, I know why I'm here, I know who you are, and I know what we're doing. So this had to be, before this could come through, before the Lovers could come through, before all this knowing could come through, this was a big one. It's the deception, the thievery, trickery, illusion. You know, we have the shadow, right? So it's like the higher and the lower dimensions in this shadow world. The masculine has been living and playing in the shadow world for a long time without the awareness, without that connection and that relationship to God, to the divine, to their team. So they've just been in this without even knowing it. I heard a intuitive say, oh my God, it was brilliant. It was basically that the masculine is so pure, that energy of the masculine is so pure that they can't even see darkness. That's a gift that the feminine has, because the feminine has this shadow, this light, and this dark. The capacity for the depth of the darkness she can feel is the capacity for the height of the lightness and the, you know, the light that she can hold in her body, which is such a gift of being the feminine. It's beautiful, right? And then the gift of being the masculine is he doesn't have that darkness. But the trap of that is that he can get caught up in deception, in this 3D darkness, in battling the beast, right, of his own mind, of those that wish him harm, those that are put on the path to get him off his path, get you off your path, get light workers off their path. So this has been a big lesson, and being able to look at people in his life, her life, their life, and to see, like, what is their true intention? Because now that I'm working with spirit, now that I'm really getting it, I know the truth, and I can trust myself. I mean, look, I know the truth. It's just a lot. It's a lot coming on, right? It's like, if it's been quiet and you haven't, most divine feminines, or most, spiritual light worker people, we've had these messages going on in our head a lot throughout our entire life. We may have ignored them for a long time. We may have shut them down completely, numbed out, whatever. But we're no stranger to those hits, those things coming through. We're just no stranger to it. So imagine for the masculine, it's like a light has been turned on. These downloads have come through, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, there's so much coming through. It's like, bah. It's like, can somebody like turn it down in here? Yeah. So spirit's like, hold on, let's ground, because I want you to come through with this beautiful divine masculine grounding, calming energy. They have to, that's a great, another insight from this one is they need to really like focus it, because you as the divine feminine are meant to flow and to be free, and they hold this center, this grounding stability for the partnership. And right now they're on your level, boo. They up in the clouds. They're in the etheric. So it's not time to come through in the physical. Not yet. But it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Because we have the 10 of Cups. And anytime I get this card in these twin flame readings is you both want the same thing. This new earth, your mission work, the celebration. I get family from this card, so if having children is something that's important to you or your counterpart, this is coming, and you both are so on the same page with this. You're both on the same page. It's beautiful.